Hello YouTube, this is Navmar1079 coming at you with another World of Warship video, and today we'll be looking at the Tier 3 Premium British Battleship Agincourt. I literally just gotten her today and everything, probably like most of you, but let's just take a quick little overview of her. She is a beautiful British Dreadnought era battleship, and I'll get more to that little coffee flag there in a minute. But just looking at her, lots of impressive 12-inch guns, a nice little camouflage, so brimming with secondary guns all over the place. She is just a fine looking ship. See our commander, everything that she can for her damage. Pretty much for the Dreadnought era battleship, armored pretty well, pretty much everywhere. And I'll leave it to where you can pause it there and read just a brief little bio of it. And also why, if you see Brazil, if you know, one of the exports from Brazil is that of coffee. So that's why I put the coffee flag there, just to give her back some little remnants of her South American roots. But let us head off into battle and see how she is. And for a brief little history about Agincourt. She was not originally intended for the British. She's like the brief little bio there said. She was originally intended for Brazil, for South America, since they were having a little arms race of their own at the time with naval ships. And since HMS Dreadnought came out, they decided, let's get our own. They all decided, let's get our own Dreadnought battleships. So they did. Some were getting bigger 14-inch guns or 15-inch gun battleships at the time. And since they said to redesign this one and drop 15-inch gun turrets would be too expensive, actually now I think of it, some ships were fielding 13-inch naval guns too. Said so instead of changing it to take the bigger caliber guns that were out at the time, they decided just to extend the ship and drop one more turret in here. Hence why she looks like a turret farm like Texas, Fuso, and any other turret farm ship. But in doing so, she has a very impressive broadside. And at the time, I believe, that of the Brazilian government was having a little financial trouble, so they really couldn't afford to keep her. So they decided to sell her, and she wasn't even finished yet, to the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans were happy, they were getting a new battleship, almost completed. But then a thing, I believe that was going on at the time, which was World War II. We're getting closer to World War II. The British decided to intern her and keep her, offering the Ottoman Empire and all other countries that they were building ships for, we'll either give you back the ship when we're done using it, we will give you compensation with another ship, or they will just straight out pay up. So they did get the British did keep and changed her name. There was a couple names, I can't remember all of them, but pretty much Agincourt is the one that she is now what she is called today. And for my military knowledge of her, she was at the Battle of Jutland. For those that don't know, the Battle of Jutland is one of the biggest naval engagements of the First World War, and does not get topped until around the Second World War, where British and German ships of battle cruisers, battleships, fought and pretty much was a bloody naval gunnery battle. But she survived pretty much throughout the war. I believe they said that she went on convoy duties and all that, and went to the Mediterranean, I believe, too. Not 100% sure, it's early still, so my brain's still trying to wake up, so I apologize on some history. I will leave a link down in the description below to a video for another YouTuber where I looked up some of this information and trying to remember, to where he will explain, if you wish, you can see the entire history of Agincourt, from her birth, wanting to be in a South American battleship, then an Ottoman Empire battleship, to eventually her being in a British battleship. Pretty much my knowledge extends to what she was originally intended for, who she was intended for, some battles like Jutland, and that she is one of the 12-inch armed battleships during the Washington Naval Treaty. She had to be scrapped, even though, yeah, she was fairly new. She was at the Battle of Jutland, and if she really did fire her guns and all that. Yeah, she had she was pretty much real well used at that point. Which little thing with Agincourt, the Brazilians kind of feared, with all the guns, if she decided to do a full broadside, which I don't think it was for Agincourt herself. I think it might have been a different design for Agincourt, where if she fired a full broadside, that she would list so badly, or she would be snapped in two. Which, if that's the case, she breaks herself from the power of her own main armament. That's an impressive and a very powerful battleship. And I think at the time... No, never mind. I was thinking that at the time when she was being planned, or one of the planned designs for her, was going to make her the most powerful battleship in the world. But now I don't think she was that design. But overall, that little first battle was good. Not even any modifications or nothing added on to her. Now let us take her out in the standard and see how long she'll last. Pretty much this we shall see between Agincourt and the next tier 3 battleship for the Japanese, for the next update that'll be coming here soon, to see which one is better. Probably in terms of design, Agincourt will, because she can bring all her guns to bear on a broadside, whereas the Japanese one can only bring a handful amount, where the two turrets on the other side are not. Let's see, does anyone else have Agincourt? Only one other person, and that's on the enemy team.
Stations.
So Let's see, her secondary guns, 5.5 kilometers worth of range. Not bad for a Dreadnought era battleship. During the battle, I guess not. I don't know what those are. If anyone happens to know what that tubing is that goes all to pretty much all the turrets, let me know in the comments below. I've got curious, and my cruiser escort is running away. Thanks. We get to fight ourselves in this little engagement. There's all the turrets. Which, thus far, is your favorite turret farm in the game? Let me know in the comments below. Like the New York class of battleships, is it the Fuzhou class, or any of the other
The ship is on fire!
ships that are turret farmed, or is this now your new favorite turret farm?
Problem solved, sir! The ship is on fire! Enemy severely damaged. I need help. Cruiser. Problem solved, sir. The ship is on fire. Battleship.
Not an Italian.
Problem solved, sir.
That was cute, Cruiser. Good job. Yet scratched up paint.
ship is on fire.
Ah, darn. She did handle herself in a firefight good. All those secondary guns are really good on this ship. Keeping a good attack on the battleship and a cruiser while I had focused my main guns on the battleship. Not bad. If you have the opportunity to get her, I would get her just because she can handle herself in a full engagement where at least you're focus firing on two ships. It has to be kind of like it was with me, was a battleship and a cruiser. But other than that, she handled herself quite good. And was over 90,000 damage. Not bad. Practically a point-blank range at the waterline. She did very good at targeting another version of her type. But sadly, she is now sunk. Not much far to go for the enemy team. We'll win that one for sure. But on that note, I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell to notify you anytime that I post a video or go live. And please leave a comment down below and tell me, how are you liking this ship? Is it one of the better tier 3s at this moment in time that we've gotten in this game? Or, and then actually now that is she one of the better turret farm battleships that we currently have in the game? Let me know. Then, like I said earlier in the video, I shall put a link down in the description below for more actual history, accurate history of Agincourt. You'll see blueprints, pictures of her, I believe, and all the name changes that she went through. She went through pretty much 3 until she winded up on this one, which is the 3rd one. But on that note, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I catch you all in the next one. See ya.